All right, guys. Thanks for coming in. Obviously, a whole lot to talk about. Probably one of the coolest new business ideas that's popped up in the Finger Lakes in quite a while. Let's start with who is behind the Fingerlakes Beard Bros. Who are the Fingerlakes Beard Bros? Start there.
So I'm Dustin Bovard. Originally from the Finger Lakes. I grew up in Interlaken, and I've been in the Finger Lakes my whole life. Haven't really strayed out. The Finger Lakes Beard Bros is something we came up with very quickly, and then it kind of took off.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll let him introduce himself, and we'll talk about that.
Okay.
So my name is William Hanvey. I also grew up in the Finger Lakes area. I grew up in the Phelps, Clifton Springs kind of area. I moved out to Geneva probably about 5-6 years ago. Been around here ever since. Met Dustin when we worked together over at Hillside, and then we moved together, and now we're working at Hobart, and this is kind of where the idea generated from. We both decided to grow our beards out in the wintertime, and we're looking for different products online and stuff like that, and then we just came up with the idea of making it ourselves, and that's kind of where we're at now.
So walk us through what that looks like. That not just we'll talk a little bit about the process in a minute, but the actual what sort of the product line is, and then also what the mission, I guess, would be of the Finger Lakes Beard Bros as a business, as a company. What are you trying to provide to people?
So the Finger Lakes, we have we have what, 6 months of cold.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of opportunity for beards, and like he was saying, a lot of times you go online, you're looking at beard products that are $20, $30. We can sell both our oils and our balm for $20. Mm-hmm. It's and it's great. It's a great quality product. One of the things we wanted to make sure that happens is and one of our quotes that we have is to make every Finger Lakes beard the best it can be.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why one of ours is Sexy Mountain Man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Mountain men aren't always sexy, but if you use our product, you will be. One of the biggest things we want to do is just bring a quality product for a cheap price.
Yeah. So to that end, it's interesting. You mentioned the price and how they're sort of all over the board. If you look on Amazon or you sort of do some research through the market, there's some bigger, flashier brands national companies that kind of try and use the big marketing approach. Have you seen a good reception on the local level? Obviously, you guys are starting to pop up in some salons and some different stores in the region. What's the reception been like from folks here in the region who literally just want to take care of their beard without having to empty, $30-40 on, an ounce and a half or 2 ounces of some kind of product?
I think a lot of our product, with what you were saying, a lot of people try our product just because we are a local company. And after they try it, they rate our product up there with those that are in Walmarts and the big,
mm-hmm.
the big companies that are selling for $30-40. Our product does the same exact thing, if not better.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's definitely worth a try.
Yeah.
We have had several reviews on our Facebook page that people have tried it for the first time and they can't get over it.
Well, and to that end, it isn't. You go into Target or say you go into Walmart or a drugstore. These products aren't exactly the easiest to find. Even if you know what you're looking for and you know what you're trying to find, it can be a task coming to it and then being able to parse out what you're looking at. What part of when you guys set out to do this was sort of simplifying it for people who didn't want to have to invest a whole lot of time and brain space trying to figure out what to use and how to use it and all that?
We simplified it as, if you look at a beard product from Walmart, there's a lot of words that I can't even pronounce.
Right.
With ours, it's very simplified. We have blah, 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 and that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no crazy words. There's no, you can look them up online real quick and you can know exactly what they are.
Mm-hmm.
We buy the best of each product. We have essential oils in them. We buy the best essential oils. We have other things in them. We buy the best. But to go back on the local support,
mm-hmm.
We wouldn't be halfway to where we are right now without that. We have the best following. In the first month, it's been so rewarding to see all the people reach out, and I'm talking like friends and family. I'm talking people we don't even know that are, you know, getting a hold of us. Like, we had a guy on our Facebook page talk about how he's used products for years and years, and he said this is the first time that a product tells him it's going to do something and it's done it. You know, but as far as like simplifying it, it was just breaking it down so that, and we know what's in it. You know, you hear crazy things about essential oils that there's metals in them. You know, I don't know who's buying that. You know, what brand is buying those and putting them in their beard product. I don't want my beard feeling like that, you know. So it's just breaking it down, simplifying it for the person who really has no idea what the product is. You know, we have a Shopify, we can get online. So you can sit right at the comfort of your home. We can, you know, we actually were talking for a long time about within like a certain mile we could deliver it ourselves. You know, we haven't really had a lot of opportunity to do that because we did take off a little bit faster than we thought. But like you said, we're getting spots where we're in like a couple salons, we're in you know, a couple different places so far, and there's more to come. But it's just nice to know that the product we put our time and effort in is working. And it's simple. You know, it's not something that you put it in, it's going to make it feel better.
Well, to that end, I mean, you look at some of the labels on some of these other companies, bottles and jars and whatnot, and not only are they difficult to pronounce, but some of them, I mean, you can tell right off the bat that some of them are legitimate chemicals. Like it isn't just natural things maybe that you want to be putting on your body or to your body in any way, shape, or form. Is that part of the sell for you guys, where you can say, hey, look, all of this stuff, it's real natural stuff. It's not some crazy like chemical that might, you know, 10, 15 years from now find out that was cancer causing or some ridiculous thing like that?
Yeah, I mean, all of our products are all natural, and that's what we try to shoot for. That and have a lot of our products locally bought. We try to strive for that too. So a lot of the stuff that you're going to read in the back of our labels, you can do a quick Google search and it's going to pop up whatever we bought to use it in. You know, so that's beneficial for that too. And you know, the other thing that we can reach people on is that, you know, we're both family men. We have wife and kids at home, and the biggest complaint we get is, before we started this company, is you got to tame that beard. Like they hated it when we grew our beard out because it was just unruly. So then we started getting into these products, and you know, we started buying our own products online with these different big companies. We're like, oh, we can't afford this. This is just too much. And
they don't work. Some of them just don't work.
And we that's where we came up with this idea. Let's make it ourselves, so it's more, you know, cost efficient, you know, for family people that don't have a ton of money to spend on their beards, but they also want to please their wife too, you know, but they also want to keep that beard, you know. So that's what we try to reach out to the family people who have wives that, you know, they want to keep their beard. So, you know,
beard for a budget, you know, beard on a budget. And like he was going off the wife. That's why one of our slogans is it's bought for him, but it's enjoyed by her. You know, my wife says it all the time. She's like, man, I'm so glad you guys are doing this. And I'm like, why? She's like, because your beard could not be that long before. So it's, you know, it's like playing off of what he said. It's just being able to go and know that when someone buys it, it's $20 for both. If you want a balm, it's $12. If you want an oil, it's $8. That's it. There's nowhere else unless you get it. But we can really put a stamp on it and say it's quality product. It's not cheap, and there's
no trade-off.
There's nothing.
Right, and you know, our products, that doesn't just last a couple hours. You can put it in the morning, and it's going to last you 10, 12 hours. So the little, you know, 2-ounce tin that you give you, it could last you a month or so. So you're not, you know, it's cheaper, but you're not going out and buying it every week. You know, so you know, you buy, you know, $20 worth of product from us, it's going to last you a little bit.
Oh, it's going to last you a month.
So you're not dipping into your budget every week to, you know, to buy our product.
So let's talk a little bit about the speed at which this thing took off. Obviously, it seemed like you guys were nowhere to be found about 3.5 months ago, and then today we're here. You've got an impressive following on social media, on Facebook and on Instagram. The community is really getting behind this. You said it was, you know, obviously there's the gratitude that you have toward the folks who are supporting you. But then I would have to imagine that there's the business mind in both of you that's just a little bit taken aback by how fast it's taking off and how quickly it's working. talk a little bit about that side of it and how rewarding and satisfying that is to know that there clearly was a demand for this, especially locally.
Yeah. So when we first started, it was just like, oh, let's put this out and see what happens. And and then probably 2 weeks into it, we got our Shopify. We put a lot of work into it behind the scenes before we got to the point where it was public. Because we wanted to make sure everything was perfect. We talked to a local, kind of like an artist that kind of put our design together for us. We wanted to make sure that was perfect. That was a lot of back and forth talk of what we wanted and what we anticipated our product to look like. So that was a lot of back and forth work with him. And then we were able to nail down something that we love, which is our logo right now with the Fingerlakes and the beards. I think that's like one of a kind. I think it really hits the area. It's definitely an eye catcher. So we did a lot of work on that, and then it was just really getting our product down. We spent a lot of time messing with different scents and different mixtures and stuff like that.
Not all of them are good.
Right. Yeah. And we went through a lot of that. We mixed a lot of stuff together, and I was like, oh, let's try this. So we'd make it, we try it ourselves, and we didn't like it. We asked our wives, so like, I'm not a big fan of that one. We got a lot of feedback from our wives and our family, and for different names and stuff like that. My wife came up with a Sexy Mountain Man. That's what she called me a lot of the times. But it was just a lot of back and forth, a lot of feedback from family and us working together long hours, long days. We also both work full time, evening shifts, and it's just finding the time when we can do it, and really, spending a lot of time into it and effort and making sure that we put out the best that we could before we actually launched out to everybody.
And obviously, it's a labor of love, but clearly there's probably that sort of nagging frustration as you're going along for every one good product that you come up with that you enjoy and that you think is going to work, and everybody around you says, yeah, this is good. There's probably 5 or 6 or God only knows how many that are like, oh, this just isn't what we thought it was going to be.
Right. We had to be careful on pulling the trigger on buying a bunch of different things. Like everybody has an idea, and we're open for the ideas, and like everybody recommends doing this and doing that. We've kind of done our own, where we wanted to start out with T-shirts and hoodies and all that stuff. We did get new hats just recently. As yesterday, we were going to have them out on our Shopify today or.
Yeah,
today.
We're going to be putting them out in the next couple of days, and people can definitely purchase them on our Shopify account. But yeah, we're going to be going towards that route and apparel line too, so we can get more advertisement through that way. People can start wearing our product and our logo, so we can start being seen in different areas. But yeah, it's just a lot of time went into it. It wasn't just something spur of the moment. We just kind of put together and threw out there. It was something we put a lot of thought into it. We actually, we care for our beards quite a bit, and we want to put a product out there for those who care just as much about their beards as we do.
For those guys who I can't have no facial. If I have no facial hair, my wife does not talk to me. I look like I'm 13 years old, and she'll refuse to go to the grocery store with me if I clean shave. But you said something earlier about the feeling of like the rewarding feeling of what it feels like when you see it blow up like this. We were not prepared. Yeah. We were prepared with the product. We were just not prepared for the following and the rush of everybody. There's I don't know if we're allowed to say specific people. Are we allowed to say specific names?
Sure, go for it.
Gregory Bowman. He was one of the first guys with a big beard who sent us a picture. And his wife have just been huge. My sister, his family, they've been so huge, but they don't realize what they're doing is like them sharing it. They share it every time. As soon as it hits, they share something. So our Facebook has literally gone from just in the last week, we've gone from 500 followers to where we're over 800 in a week. Yeah. And it's just that stuff. But the rewarding feeling is when you get people like that send you a picture and say, this really works, and they were skeptic. It's a super cheap, can it work? And then when they send it to us and they're like, you're up there with the top guys. That's the most rewarding, I think, and just seeing people who actually care for the local business. We've gotten people reached out to us just to help us. Right. Just Chad Lauer, Community Proud. He's been absolutely huge with the ideas. This is where the hats came from. And you know, Jackie, who works there, also, she's just been huge and giving us ideas and how to promote. And neither one of us know how to. Had no business management. He's actually in school now for that, but marketing was never my strong suit. I can talk to you all day long, but now learning it and doing this, it's amazing where I've come with that, you know, and himself, you know, coming to where we are now. Like now when someone says something, we're like, oh. Before it was like, yo, should we send it? Does that look right? Does that, you know? And that's how we were. So now it's like, it's a lot easier now knowing that we are going places. You know, we do know, and we do expect to go further, and we want to, and we really encourage anybody who has a beard, who's skeptic, to really just give it a chance. I promise you it will work. And
obviously you gain confidence as you guys move through the process, and things get easier, repetition, that whole thing. But what are some of the, I want to jump on some of the basic questions that you guys probably get all the time. A lot of folks probably ask you, and we were joking about it before we came on, is this going to make my beard grow? That's probably maybe the number one question that you end up getting, right? Mm-hmm. So obviously we're not talking about miracle products here. That's genealogy. But what are the products going to do? What are some of the actual things for the health of your beard, for the health of your face, that these products are going to help maintain or build or enhance?
So I'll hit on the oil if you
Go
want.
ahead.
The oil is mainly for the skin underneath the beard. What it does is I don't know if anybody, you know, if you've ever had a long beard, but the dandruff, they call it beard drift, and it's just flaky skin that gets real itchy, and it's really annoying. It kind of, there's been numerous times where I've cut my beard off because of it, because I couldn't figure out anything and how to do it. But our oil, when you use it, you just take it and you scrape it into your face, and it's within minutes. It's better. You know, I'll have him hit on the balm and explain, because he's got one of the straight beards where they fray out, so the balm really helps him.
Yeah, so like my beard compared to his, he's got a little more, I call it nappy beard, where it kind of just curls in and it's just nice and formed. With my beard, it's a little more longer. Sometimes when I wake up, it kind of just frays out from my face, and it just looks really almost like a bird's nest. It's just, it's out there. So a lot of times what this balm does is it mats it down, but doesn't leave it greasy. The products that we use in it, like he was touching on, helps with the conditioning of the skin and the hair follicles. So then, it helps with growth, but it doesn't grow your hair.
Right.
So if you have bald spots, stuff like that, it's not going to enhance that, but it will nourish the hair, so make it stronger, so it's not falling out of your face and stuff like that. But it definitely tames it down, keeps it flat to your face, so it doesn't look all, really bushy and untamed.
Professional.
It makes it look clean, professional looking. It keeps it all in one place. So.
And to that end, how much of what you guys are trying to do is actually eliminate some of the stigma that is around, that still does exist around beards and facial hair? You just mentioned the sort of the messy, if it gets out of hand, it can look a lot different than it does if you're using some product and it's kept under control. Right. Whether you're in a workplace or whether you're just out with friends, it all is part of that process, right?
So there was a study, I got tagged in it a couple of years ago, about they did a study on a man's beard, and it was equivalent to what of feces. That's not true. You could come, anybody could come and test my beard. It does not have, it's not equivalent to feces. So like using these products, I definitely know it's clean. It's gonna style right. It's gonna look pretty. I know I said I got a beard, and the word pretty doesn't really work, but it does. When you can lay your beard down, and it's, my beard's pretty long, but you can lay it down. So the thing is, like, the stigma with the beards, it's you're just lazy and you don't want to shave. That's not what it is. It's like I said, I got a baby face. If I shave, my wife does not like me. I've seen him shaved. It's not. It's just not a good look. Some guys just can't have bald faces. Where, if I could, I still wouldn't shave. I would be then the lazy guy that doesn't shave, because I really do like my beard. But to touch on his beard with it being straight, like mine is a poof ball. His is very, very straight. So the balm, really all it does is kind of form it to its natural position, where his, it really does. There's times he'll show up to work and I'm like, man, you got to put some balm in. He'll put it in, lays it right down.
Right.
Lays it flat, and but the stigma of beards are not gross. A healthy beard grows better than a dry, like brittle beard. You know, that the way we always say is like, you use our products, it's going to grow better than somebody that doesn't use products. Just plain and simple. You know, I don't know if you want to touch on anything on that.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the like you said before, a lot of the questions that we get is, you know, I got a patch here, I got a bald spot here, I can't grow, you know, my hair in this area. Our product is not going to fix that. The only thing we can recommend is let it grow, because a lot of what our product will do then, if your hair is long enough, is you can shape it and you can kind of, you know, comb it over those areas so that you don't notice it as much. But our product is not going to put hair in the areas that you don't have any in. I mean, we've seen some of those products online and they've come out, and I'm so skeptical about them. I don't know if they actually work. There's chemicals that are involved in it. I wouldn't trust them to use it on my face.
Well, you don't even use your face. Pills. I'm not taking pills.
Yeah,
Right.
you know, it's. I mean, you can look into it and you can try it out. You know, by all means.
And let us know if it
it's not
works.
something that.
Let us know.
Yeah, it's not something that I would try. It's just something that, you know, some people look, like he said, like some people look better with, you know, shaved face. You know, we can't pull that off. You know, some people, you know, if you can grow a beard, this is what the product's for.
Well, to me, it seems like when I talk to people who are sort of on the fence about it, it seems like they have trouble just committing to the idea of not shaving for a month or two. And it seems like a better process would be give it a month or two, don't touch it, and then see what you have, and then evaluate what you like or don't like about it. How much of, as you guys go through building this community and getting the support, getting folks in, is actually about sort of creating that environment where people don't mind going through the sort of maybe the awkward phase of what the facial hair growth process is?
Yeah, a lot of the beginning phases of, you know, growing out, and a lot of people, what they get scared of is because of the itch. And they just, like, in the past, they've told us they've tried to grow it out, but they get to a certain point and they can't stop the itch, so they just shave it off. Well, if you use our product, a lot of our ingredients in there will stop that itch. So especially in the beginning phases, like right now, my beard doesn't itch at all. And I've been using it ever since we started.
Yeah.
You know, but if I go a day or two without using it, my beard itches like crazy. That's because the skin underneath starts to dry out, because it's not, the oil from the hair naturally doesn't reach to your skin, so then your skin dries out. So that's where our product comes in. The oils and stuff like that we have in our products will reach down to your skin, and it'll stop that itch. So that helps out in the very beginning stages. So even if you have a small beard and you just want to try to see how your hair grows in the beginning, you know, our product will help, you know, get you past that first stage of the itch, and then you can see where your hair grows from there.
So obviously with the success you guys have seen so far, staying motivated probably isn't too much of a challenge. But what are some of as you guys look forward through the rest of 2019, what are some of the things you guys are sort of eyeing as opportunities, or things that you're going to develop or push more towards, whatever the case may be?
So actually later on today we go and we have a meeting with the board that runs the windmill in Penn Yan. So that's a great opportunity. We really hope we get that. Other opportunities is just, you know, we're just kind of taking them as they come, you know, and we're trying not, the biggest thing we're trying not to do is we're trying not to flood the area.
Right.
Yes, in the long run, that looks great for us to be in every store, but that's not really what we want. We want it to be like, oh, look at that, there it is. I don't want it to be like, I can walk across the street over there, I can go that way.
Right.
We want it in specific areas, and if you look at the areas we've put it in, they've been areas that have been around a long time. You know, DeMarco and Buckley, Barbershop in Clifton. That's been around a long. Luann's in Waterloo, been around a long time. You know, and so it's stuff like that. You know, and you know, Red Jacket Farm Store up in Geneva. Yeah. They've been around. You know, and so we've tried to hit areas that have been around a long time, really do things for the Finger Lakes. You know, and been a staple point. I'm just excited. You know, we're taking it month by month. You know, and everything that comes our way, you know, we look forward to more people coming to us and enjoying our products. We look forward, like he said, we're going to have an apparel line. Right now, the hats, we're going to have them up in the next day or two. hopefully shirts, combs, beard wash, stuff like that. That's stuff that we're reaching for. But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. We can't. No promises yet. We're just going to take it day by day and see where it goes. And if that stuff presents itself, that it's something that will help, then we'll absolutely do it. But we're just looking forward to keeping the doors open, and just keep moving and seeing the following grow and helping everybody in the Finger Lakes that has a beard look its best.
So let everyone listening and watching know where they can actually find you guys, your Shopify, and then also on social media, Instagram, Facebook, anywhere else you guys might be.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. You're kind of the guru of the Facebook page.
So we have 3 locations. I think I just hit on Red Jacket Farm Store in Geneva, New York. Luann's Salon and Spa in Waterloo, New York. And then DeMarco and Buckley Barbershop in Clifton Springs. Those guys are awesome out there. Also, Luann at Luann's is really awesome. And the people at Red Jacket are just, they're probably the nicest people we've come across so far. But for social media wise, we have the Fingerlakes Beard Bro Facebook page. Same name for Instagram. And our Shopify is Fingerlakes-Beard-Bros.myshopify.com, and if that's right, I don't know if that's 100% right because
we'll link to it. We'll link to it in the video, and we'll link to it down below too. Yeah.
But we're not sure if we're gonna reach out any further with like social media as far as like Twitter and stuff. We want to kind of just keep it compacted so that people, when they go and look, they can see that there's a lot of stuff there. It's not just a tweet here, stuff like that. We really take time on our Facebook and our Instagram and all that stuff. Our Shopify is absolutely beautiful. He did a really good job setting it up. Our descriptions are actually written by a woman who does professional wine descriptions. Okay. So those descriptions, and I always tell people when you read them, it's really she nailed it. I actually wanted to buy my own product just because of the descriptions. Yeah. But we look forward to being in more locations, and we keep every time we update to our Facebook, our Instagram. We're with you guys too on Fingerlakes One. So we've trying to figure that out. Luckily Sydney's been amazing in helping us out the whole time. But as far as where we want to, that is the social media aspect of it. I don't know if you have anything else you want to add to that, but.
No, that's pretty much it. We got those, the mainstream social media aspects that we hit, like you said, Instagram and Facebook, trying to keep it into the 2 main social media outlets that we have. And really, it's just taking one day at a time and see where this goes. This was something that we came up with, kind of at work one day and just kind of came up out of nowhere. We're like, oh, let's give this a shot. And it's really taken off just in a little while we've been doing it. So really, we're just taking it one day at a time and see where it takes us. We're open to, anything right now. So it's just been a blessing, and, just as far as it's come so far. And, we're just eager and excited to see where it goes from here.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming in, and best of luck. Yeah, go for it.
Hi, babe. Noah, Jules, Lucas, Mom and Dad. And my son really wanted me to do that, so I wanted to make sure I got that out of the way. Thanks.
Got you covered. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for coming in, guys, and best of luck for the rest of 2019.